balls. Chasing cash like a racing coke. Gotta get in the ball.
I can't tell if we're live or not. Let me just look this up. Oh, I guess we are, yeah. This works. Okay. Turn this down.
Salesman smiled with a clipboard grin, said, son, you're late, we starting to fill it in. I said, I can clean, I ain't afraid. He said, we still need barbers. Maybe a
We got
maid.
some music.
I'll sweep your floor, I'll shine your
We can
boots,
hear
I'll
the
even
music.
fake a Dr. Seuss. Gotta get in the ball.
So I'm just sharing my
Gotta dodge
screen
that
right
blast.
now.
When the mushrooms bloom, I
Hey
want
Dom, how's it going? Can you hear
keep
me?
your fame and your fancy board art. Just give me a door.
I can't hear
and a brand new
myself.
start.
It's weird.
I'll dance for
Oh, there we go. It's a little bit
without
better.
somersault. Gotta get in the ball.
Okay. And so today I'm actually going to turn down, and you guys can fully just see my screen. I don't really care. That's fine. Turn down the music a little bit. Just waiting for some confirmation from you guys that you can hear me and the music. Otherwise, I have to make some changes.
Before I melt like mama's julep set.
And
Met her in the
Pesky's
alley by the
being
soda
pesky
shack.
with
She
some
had gum
questions
on
in
her shoe
Discord.
and
Give
a
me one
switchblade
second.
laugh. Said, hey there,
You
sugar,
guys can
look
fully
too
see what I'm
clean.
doing,
And
so
she
I'm not
called
sure
me
why I'm
twice and
explaining what
called
I'm
me her
doing.
king.
Main big bad factions
Took
in
me
Fallout
dancing,
London.
broke my toe, told me I was cute and slammed my
Crank the
elbow.
secondary
She
audio
ain't
down a
soft,
bit.
She ain't sweet, but I get
So that's the
dizzy every
music,
time we
right?
meet. She kissed me with a lead pipe.
It's honestly
Bang!
just another tab
Rang my bell like a
in
churchyard
Google,
gang.
in
Heart
Chrome.
went boom and my teeth took flight, but I married
How's
that
that?
girl by Friday night. Call it twisted, call it right.
Drumming out my voice?
Girl who
Okay.
swings the
And I'll turn my mic up just a little bit. Okay. That's a little bit better in my ears anyway.
She don't bake and she don't sew, but she hits like a train in
Okay.
a peep-toe.
So
Wrote me love
today
notes on
the
parking
plan
fines.
is to
Signed with
first
lipstick
answer
and warning
Pesky.
signs.
We need, actually I probably shouldn't be showing my whole conversation because
Took me to dinner.
that's
Forked my thigh.
probably a breach in privacy to Pesky. Okay, so I will, hopefully he'll just pop on the stream and I'll answer him. Hey Pedro, how are you doing today? Thanks for coming to hang out. So the plan is, I'm going to build a plot. A very simple plot, and hopefully I remember how to do it. Because that is, the point of this stream is to remind me how to do this. So, I have this whole document about how to build a plot using the in-game SS2 building tool. So the first step we're going to do is actually load up Fallout 4. You can see here I'm using the just SS2 profile. I've got a few different profiles, but I made that one that is just SS2 and all the necessary plugins. Like all the DLC obviously, HUD framework, workshop framework. I don't know, Canary save file monitor, I'm not sure if I need it in there, but I just left it in there. SS2, chapter 2 and 3. SS2 extended, the Wasteland Reconstruction Kit, SS2 UI just to help me for testing purposes later on, Workshop Plus obviously, and then the last one here is the SS2 building tool. So this is something you go and, I can't, I mustn't have downloaded it, through the Nexus, So you can go onto the Nexus and look up the SS2 add-on maker tool and download it. I guess I can do that and show you. Really quickly.
He shines real bright and he sings real low. Takes her dancing to the picture show. She says he's clean and never sweats. But I bet he shorts out when he gets wet.
Anyways, you guys know what to do here, right?
And my gal,
SS2.
she used to bring me coffee. coffee hot.
No. Okay. You guys know what to do here. Download that thing. You don't have to, it's not a mod you install. It's a folder that you download. Open up the download. Has a bunch of stuff in it that you'll need and instructions. So do that. And then there is a mod in there that you should install. Make sure it's enabled and run follow for. I'm so terrible at this. Hopefully it's not so terrible for all of you guys. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? I went downstairs to feed my neighbor's cats before I started. Do you think I could find the cat food anywhere? Nowhere. So I have no idea how I'm gonna feed those cats. They're really cute though, so I'll go down and see them again. Right. So here we are, follow forward. I also have a save made where I'm basically past the point using the cheat holotape, not the cheat holotape, but the cheats within the SS2 holotape to unlock all of the classes and building designs and stuff like that. So that's that save, which is where I started from. However, I have another save here with a little bit of progress that I'm going to save up. Load up. Not that I did a lot. I just put a couple things down and then saved. Workshop array seems to have invalid entries. Okay, well that's not my problem. So anyway, so this is the SS2 building world, I guess. And the way you get there is you load up your save and you go COC SS2 BT world. Building tool world. SS2 building tool world. SS2 BT world. These are all in the instructions in that folder that you download with the SS2 add-on maker tool. Anyways, so that teleports you here into this fully empty world. I have never tried to run as far as I can in here because why? But I'm sure some people have. Alright, so here we are in the building world, the building tool world. I've already put down a couple of things here. I guess I can take my E and B off to make it a little bit brighter for all you guys. So, when you come in here, obviously this stuff isn't here. Like the capsule trailer and that little chair, it's just blank, and this red box is on the ground. This red box are the boundaries for a 2x2 plot, which is like a regular exterior residential whatever plot, 2x2. If you wanted to do a different size, you would come in here and change the plot size. And as indicated by this little one, well, this gigantic one, we are building the first level of this plot at this time. If we wanted to go on and build level 2 of the plot, we would just do that and switch it over. The nice thing about this tool is that normally when you're building, like designing a building like this, you are building the first level, and then for level 2, you would be just kind of adding on to it. Maybe just making some quick replacements, that kind of thing. So at that point, you could just go into clone items, and then you would change the plot size, change the plot level, and then it would, actually, let's do this. Clone the items that are on level 1 onto level 2. Alright, Pedro is asking, what does Palooza mean? Like in Voice of Palooza or the other Paloozas? I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I think it harkens back to the day, and actually they still have these music festivals. In North America, there was something called Lollapalooza. It's actually the first concert I went to when I was 14 or 15 years old. Lollapalooza was a big music festival with all these bands that played like over 2 or 3 days. But there's probably some sort of meaning to it. And if I had to guess, I would say it's got something to do with like a mixture or a menagerie or like a melting pot or like that kind of thing. I guess that would be my answer. And in the case of Voice-a-Palooza, I guess it's because they've got all those different voice actors that get involved. So yeah, hopefully that's a satisfactory enough answer. So we've got those items cloned to level 2. So if we went to level 2, they're all there. And what we would do at this point is and my plan for this was just to kind of replace all of these things with non-broken versions. Well, those are not broken, so those will not get replaced. And we would replace this with a nicer carpet, and this with a nicer chair, and maybe add like a fire barrel, some lighting. But all of that stuff is way easier for me in the creation kit. And only because I went through all of this process and then decided to take it into the creation kit even still and work on it some more. And I just learned that it was easier for me to do it that way. Other people still use this building tool and it works awesomely. Like you can see kind of the gist of it, right? Like you're selecting what level you're going to build on, building, and then once you're done building, you go to your workshop and it's kind of like settlement transfer. Go into settlement layout, export layout. You have to make sure you've got your papyrus logging enabled, which I'm sure we all do because we all play heavily modded games, and why wouldn't you? So you would just hit yes, export it. And it's going to take a couple of seconds to export that level 2. Alright, so it's telling me that it's in that folder, my documents folder. It's named 124299.0.log. I can go and find that now. So what we'll do now is I'm going to pause the game. I'm just going to come out of here really quickly and go find that file. So it's in my documents, my games, Fallout 4, logs, script, user, and then if you just sort things last touched, date modified, this is the one that we just exported. So we are going to change this to a meaningful name, RSI Bookmobile, which is what we're building. Level 2. And you can see that I've got level 1 already exported. It's the exact same thing. Oh, and here you can actually see all of my other exports as well. So this file, just make sure you've got level 1, level 2, however many levels. Hey Blake, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Pedro is asking again, wondering if it was a word you didn't know the meaning of. It's probably not based in English, if I had to guess, but I honestly don't know for sure. So we've got that file in there. So I'm just gonna close that out because we don't need it anymore. And then we can go back into Fallout. In the directions that come with the add-on makers toolkit, as well as the video that I forgot to link to in the description, it tells you that it's always a good idea to save. So I can go save. We're gonna do it another meaningful name, bookmobile level 2. And then, so I've got to save there. So if I wanted to come back and play around with it, edit it, whatever, I would just save again over that file, and then I would do the same thing that I'm going to do next again. So at this point, we can pretend that we've done a bunch of building in here and we can exit the game. So we're just going to exit the game. Actually, I don't even have to do it that way. I'm just going to do hard quit. Alright, next, I'm going to refer back to my tutorial here. So build in Fallout 4, that's what we just did. And then export your layouts from Fallout 4, that's what we just did. And then create your add-on. So next thing to do is to hop into the creation kit. Yeah, so we'll do that next. So get your creation kit going. This is going to take a while, so hopefully you guys have lots of chat to keep me occupied for the next little bit, because we're going to open Fallout 4. New grenade launcher was released for Fallout 4. It's always so many weapons, but grenade launchers are fun. In the Horizon mod, it gave me a nice pipe launcher that I could get pretty early on in the game. It was nice. And way lighter than carrying a Fat Man or a missile launcher. Hey Mythic, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. We're just waiting for the creation kit. I've not yet tried to get extended creation kit extender working so that I can have dark mode in creation kit, but oh well, it is what it is. Alright, so Fallout 4 is open. So the first thing you need to do, and honestly, like 60% of creation kit work is just making copies of things and then editing them to your liking. So we are going to open this AAA markers cell, which looks like this. And then you can see everything that's in there in this list as well. So we've got this little brick floor. We've got these encounter markers, marker paths, triggers. I don't even know what these are. Robot frenzy like what? I don't know what any of these are. Subway radio transmitter, I'm not sure why. All of these are in here, but it doesn't matter because we're going to duplicate that and we're going to name it something meaningful. So I'm going to keep the AAA because that's going to keep it sorted to the top of this list and make it really easy to find. RSI is Raven Swift Images. That's just the name of my make-believe company in my head. And then build cell, because that's what we're going to do with it, is we're going to build in it. So we're going to save that. And then the only thing I want to keep in here is this brick floor. I want to get rid of everything else. So I'm just going to click on the first one, control click on the last one, make sure that brick floor isn't selected, go back into the render window and hit delete. Whoops. And I just deleted the only thing I didn't want to delete. All of those things into the render window and delete. What is this telling me? Confirm form user changes. Okay, we're not going to do this. I'm not sure why this is saying this. It shouldn't say this. We're going to... I honestly did this like 2 hours ago and it was fine. So. What we're going to do is we're just going to save it.
Lined with loss and perfume stains. She left a note beneath the butter dish. Said
how did I get back over to this one? Okay, that was my problem.
Now every evening when the lights go soft, I slip into sorrow.
We want this one.
Buttoned up and lost.
Okay, so here we are. We've got nothing else except for this stupid little floor in here. That's what we want.
Is a velvet coat I wear.
And I'm just trying to remember if I'm doing this in the right order. Yeah. So here, from here, we can just hit save. It's going to ask me to call it something else because we definitely don't want to save over Fallout 4. RSI bookmobile. Save. All right. So now we've got our ESP, our plugin. I'm going to exit out of here because I'm using MO2 and I have to do a couple of things here to make it so that I can work on this via MO2. Oh, it is a remake of the grenade launcher from New Vegas. Okay, so similar to what I was using with that Horizon mod. Hey Bubbles, how's it going? Hey Will, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining. Hopefully I don't mess up too much, but so anyways, the next thing we're gonna do is create a empty mod in MO2. So we're creating an empty mod. We're gonna call it RSI bookmobile. So it's down here. There's nothing attached to it. It's just a name in a list. That's all it is. Until we open up our overwrite folder, take this and we drag it in there. Now,
it knows what I've forgotten.
I can open this up and you'll see that it's got that ESP in it. We can enable it and we can see that it enables it in our list of plugins. So it's in our game. It doesn't do anything, but it's there. So the next step, we're going to go back to that tutorial. So we created the add-on. I'm not sure if this is a thing, but I like to just shut down MO2 and then just relaunch it just so that it, I don't know, refreshes a cache somewhere. I don't know. Okay. Open that up again. So, next step is to apply the workshop framework export to cell script to each of the layers in Xedit. So we can go back to MO2. We've all got our follow for edit set up as an executable in MO2, right? We've got, this is just the short list because we've got, definitely have profiles with way more mods in them, but we're just using the one that has SS2 in it. And that's why there's only 19 plugins. So we're going to run follow for edit.
They say I'm nervous, but I call it neat. With a backup binder under every seat. I filed my taxes in triplicate just in case.
Yeah, when I did it earlier today, I forgot to put AAA, I forgot to keep AAA on the front of my cell name, and yeah, I was like, oh, and I had to go searching for it, and I was like, this is dumb. It's not a big deal. You just start typing your name, and it jumps down to it, but I just keep it as AAA. And it's always a good idea to have a prefix for yourself. So mine is RSI. You'll notice that most of the people who build for SS2 do that. It's just because that's a practice standard that King Gath was teaching all of us through his tutorials. So, what else is going on here? Oh, you're getting your new headset, Will? Awesome. I'm using my new headset. It's weird. It's tight and it's loud. Oh, and I just like accidentally turned it up, so now it's even louder. I have to get used to the fact that the controls are on the opposite ear.
One copy printed on frosted lace, one's on microfilm inside my vest.
Watching in the car. Don't get into an accident. Okay. So, thank you, Elminster, for Exodus. So we're gonna keep them all loaded up. That's fine. The music is loud, eh? You can probably turn that down a little bit more. Eek. Okay. Yeah, you've been waiting for that headset for a few days, eh, Will? Okay, so we've got the background loader tells us we're finished, so that's good. So we're just gonna open up our plugin until we get to this AAA RSI build cell. I'm gonna right click that, apply script, and if it isn't already showing, because there's a bunch, you can just start to type workshop framework and it will jump to it. So you're just gonna run that and you're gonna choose those log files that we exported and then renamed. I gotta go find that, the level 1. Where is it? Level 1. Okay. And then we're gonna give it a meaningful name. And this is asking you to name the layer you want to import it to. Layers are really, really, really powerful and useful tools, organizational tools that are ever present everywhere. So use the layers is what I'm trying to say. So RSI bookmobile level 1. We'll do that. And then we'll do the same thing. I think this is right. Yeah. And then we just do the second one. Level 2. Okay. So I'm thinking, yeah. So we've got all those. I'm hoping layers. We've got level 1 and level 2. Perfect. So now we can just close this out by hitting OK. It's saving it. Good title. The Bookmobile. Is that what you're talking about? Do I have to do nav meshes and stuff for the plot? Yeah, for sure. Interior plots, you don't have to do nav mesh like the traditional nav mesh. Or so I understand. But there are nav cut obstacles that you can use to help the settlers or the NPCs path properly around obstacles. Okay, so back to the tutorial here. So we've done this. We applied the export to cell script to each layer in Xedit. Oh, we kind of jump a little bit. So, okay, so we open the creation kit. A lot of building in the creation kit is waiting for the creation kit. The stream title is very specific and descriptive. Well, that's good. I was like, what do we call this? Fallout 4 creation kit, Plot-a-Palooza practice. Okay, so we're gonna open up our ESP, our plugin. We're gonna set it as active. And you can see here that it's already got masters. Fallout 4, Workshop Framework, SS2, and the SS2 building tool is a master right now. We're gonna fix that because you don't want that as a master, because that means that anyone who uses your plot, unless they also have that in their mod list, it's gonna throw an error. I'm not sure if it will do anything, but it will, like, they'll get an error in their mod organizer. So, yeah, so we've got it set as an active file. We're gonna load it up. Hopefully it doesn't take too long because there's not much going on yet, so. Waiting and waiting some more. Waiting is what we do. And normally I would use this time to go and fill my Discord with a bunch of nonsensical messages. Alright. I'll stop doing that. And I knew for sure I had to get some sort of music going in the background for this stream, because I was like, there's no way we're just gonna sit here and listen to my air conditioner for this entire time. So luckily, thankfully, Synthetic Psalms is here to save the day, and I can just have his music playing in the background. Took me a little bit to figure out how to get OBS streaming my creation kit, because I was trying to do it the same way you do a game, but it would only show the render window. It wouldn't show like the object window or the layers or the cell view. So I was like, well, that's pointless, because yeah, everybody needs to see everything. So this morning here, it doesn't mean anything. You can just dismiss it. It's fine. Okay, so we are in our plugin. You can see in our layers, we've got level 1 and level 2. Camera 1, camera 2. If anyone knows what movie that's from, you get 10 points. And if you were winking at the same time, then you get 20 points. So here's our render window. Not much is visible for some reason. What's going? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. So you can see we've got level 1 and level 2. So a couple of good things to do is to build yourself a layer that is just a catch layer. Right now I've got this one block of brick flooring on the default level, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this onto its own layer, create new layer from selection. It's going to be called catch layer. So there we go. So this catch layer is here, and now I'm just going to duplicate this. So to duplicate, you just you have something selected, you hit Control D, and it duplicates it. And then to move it along the axes, you can hit Z to move along the up-down axis, X to move along the back and forth axes. I don't know what the technical term is. And C to move along the up and down, no, back and forth, left to right, back and forth. I forget which letter does which all the time, so you'll see me do this all the time. Which one is it? Yeah, so we've duplicated that. I'm gonna move it over there like that. So I've got 3 in a row, and then I'm gonna select all 3. And you do that by selecting one, clicking on one, control click on the next one, control click on the next. I'm gonna duplicate all 3 of those. And then I'm going to actually scratch that. We're going to do something different. The first thing I'm going to do is move this first brick floor to 0 on the Z, or 0 on the X and Y. We can leave it at a little bit below the Z. That's fine. Okay. So that moved that one. The coordinates that for that are 0 and 0 for the X and Y. So it's absolutely centered is what I want. This, we're going to move it so that it's right next to it. And the easiest way to get things to line up precisely like that is make sure you've got this enabled. Snap to grid. If you have it enabled, disabled, you can move it anywhere. If you have it enabled, then it follows a grid and it's easier to get it lined up properly. So we're going to duplicate that one again. Get our row of 3 brick floors, select them all. We're going to duplicate all of those. And we're building essentially a 9x9 catch layer so that if and when I place something on a table or whatever and the collision isn't there for whatever reason, because that happens, anything that I place isn't going to fall and then continue to fall and then continue to fall. It will fall and then get caught on the catch layer. Anyways, so that will save you some sanity for the future. Next thing I'm going to do is get rid of a bunch of stuff that you don't need. Make sure the layer you're working on is active. Otherwise, any new thing that you place will go on the wrong layer. I do it all the time. Default layer ends up being active as a default, and then I'm like, where's all the stuff that I placed? And it's because I had my default layer not viewable. That's what the V stands for. Viewable. In view. I don't know what the F stands for. And then A is for active. Okay. So we are on level 1. You can get rid of that floor if you don't want to look at it. Sometimes I will also put, actually, I'm just going to do something. I'm not a fan of this song. I'm just going to switch that. Okay. Wayne's World. Yeah, Dom. You get 10 points. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to do is, so if this were, and this will be a plot that I end up using in the game, because I'm not going to do all this work and not end up using it. So the first thing I want to do, I think, is get rid of a lot of the stuff that shouldn't be included when you end up saving the file and get ready to share it with people. For instance, so we've got, we're going to take that off. Okay, so you can see in this list there's a few things that we're not going to really need. These COC marker headings, Those are, if I understand correctly, like coordinates to where you can COC when you're using the console. And because this is not a fixed location in the game, there's no, like, I guess you could, but yeah, you don't need them. You don't need them. So when you want to delete something, go back into your render window and hit delete. So all of these KG sim things are things that I placed there. So I want to keep all those. Same with this furniture store item, the chair. The alignment helper is this red thing. So you don't need that, but if you don't have it, then you're going to risk building outside of the boundaries, which is not an issue as far as functionality, but as a quality of life feature, when someone places down a 2x2 plot, they're assuming that your design is not going to go outside the boundaries. So it's good to keep that alignment helper in there. And then when we get to the end of the design process, when we're about to kind of export everything to get them into the game, we'll select everything, but we won't select this. Like, this doesn't have to be a part of your plugin. And that kind of brings me back to what I was thinking about a few minutes ago. I think I want to put this on its own layer. So it's selected. So in the render window, I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to do the same thing. Create new layer from selection. And this layer I'm going to call alignment helper. Yeah, that should be enough of a descriptive title. Okay, and yes, we want to remove it from the other layer and put it into this layer. So if I really wanted to, I could turn it off. Like if I want to like look at what it's going to look like without that. But I'm going to keep it on for now. All right. So back over here, this building tool button, show main menu, is that thing. So you definitely don't need that anymore. The level marker, we don't need that anymore. The resource container, that is the workbench, which you're not going to include with your design, so you can get rid of that. The X markers and the X marker headings, so you can get rid of all of these. So I'm going to select them all over here. You could very well click on one, control click on the next one, control click on the next one. I find it's a lot easier to select the proper things in the cell view. Sometimes it gets a little out of control because you've got like 200 items in here, but that's what the search bar is for. It's very helpful. All right, so we're clicking back onto the render window. We're going to delete all those so that when I come back over here, the only stuff in here is stuff that I'm actually going to over here. This is only the stuff that I will, like if I draw a big box over it, select everything, all of that will get exported into the design. All right, sorry, I've been talking for a little bit. I'm gonna go back and check. Oh, there's not that much chat anyways. You think it might be related to MO2? Which? The X markers and the COC markers? Alright, and then I have to do the same thing with level 2. So we don't need those or any of these. can delete all those.
This ain't okay. Grandpa wrote him and said, "Moo, I say."
We don't need the alignment helper on this level either.
The coffee's warm, the ceiling's warm.
Alright, and so now I know that I did it right because level 1 and level 2 both have 7 items on them. And I know that's right because I built them exactly the same. I didn't change anything between exporting those levels. You're talking off topic, sorry. Sorry. Okay. So I hope that I kind of got all of that right and kind of explained it well enough so that you can build in the game, use that export tool through the workbench, and then bring it into the CK and then start from there. Because it is a good way to build your, what do they call those again? Like the structures for each layer, for each level, I mean. It's freaking me out that the catch layer is not there. It's like I'm gonna fall into the abyss. Alright, so level 1. This is fine. Level 1, we've got this like janky trailer. We've got a little box to sit on. So I guess we'll just throw like a little, I don't know, like a little lectern that someone can stand at, and kind of that's where they're helping people. So I need my object window. Your object window is where you find all the shit. And this is where you spend most of your time looking for shit. So the object window is a fickle beast. You can use the filter to search for things, but you just have to type fast. Because for every character you type, the creation kit is going to start to search through the thousands of objects it has. So if you can type fast, then that's good. Alright, so I know that we're going to use this church lectern. We could use the KG Sim version, but I think it's exactly the same. So we'll just use this church lectern, drag it into the scene. You can right click and drag your mouse to rotate it. If you want a little bit more finer control when rotating, you can turn off snap to angle. And at this point I'm going to turn off snap to grid because I'm going to be placing things and I'm going to need a little bit finer control over that. So we're going to put that there, I think. The stairs are, yeah, that should leave them enough room to get up and around there. So what is someone going to be doing at this lectern, you might ask? Well, probably just standing there with a clipboard. So I'm going to not find a clipboard, but a clipboard. And we're going to be looking at these furniture objects. So under miscellaneous, actually, yeah, under miscellaneous, you're going to find, wait, world objects, under static. That's what we want. Static is all of your regular meshes, your NIFs. Furniture are your blue men. So we've got this guy here, and he's going to be the owner of the plot. I don't even know what type of plot it's going to be yet. I'm thinking a recreational intelligence because it's going to be books. The Mystic Broadcast. Welcome in. Well, this is hopefully not a bad place to start. This is my first time streaming CK work, and I'm fumbling, I'm sure. But yes, feel free to ask questions. Specifically, I'm designing plots for SS2 because they have a plot building contest coming up in a couple of weeks called Plot-a-Palooza. And it's a lot of fun, and it's a great community, and it's a great way to learn how to mod Fallout 4 as far as design work goes. Not a lot of scripting is involved in this process because they've provided us with the scripts that we need to export and import things and stuff like that. So not a lot of scripting work. I've not done a lot of scripting work. Mostly design. So if that's what's interesting to you, then yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it. Okay, so we've got our lectern. We've got this dude who is going to be standing at the lectern. And it is sitting on the ground, or on the floor. That's good. If it wasn't, and it happens, like, we'll just do like a stack of books. Book stack. I guess I could do that. Book stack. So we've got pre-war and then dirty book stacks. That's what we want. Because level 1 is going to be a bit dirty. Level 2 will be a little bit cleaner. We'll fix the windows in the capsule. We'll give them some lighting options. And then level 3, things will get a lot cleaner. They'll have more creature comforts, better furniture and stuff like that. Alright, so there are a couple of ways to browse through the types of objects that you can place into the render cell. I like to right click on things and then hit preview because it gives you a nice big preview, and then you can just kind of click through that way. So you could do it that way, but it's another window to have to deal with. And you still have to bring it into the place. So what you can do is, let me get it to a point where you can actually see the whole thing. Okay, so 2 things I'm going to show you right now. 2 tricks about viewing objects in your render window. So if you get lost and you have something selected, you can come back to your render window and hit T, and it will center your camera over top of the item. And then you just have to make sure it's selected, and then you can drag your mouse, and then that becomes the axis that your camera revolves around. I can't remember, there's another, is it H? I wonder. Is it G? Is it Y? Yeah. Y will do the same thing, but it will center your camera facing the object rather than looking down on the object. So T and Y will help you get back to the item that you're working on. When you've got like hundreds of objects, that is a very helpful thing. And then the next thing I was going to show you is so how I was browsing the different types of book stacks by opening the preview and then clicking on each one in the object window. You can actually get a little bit better, quicker preview by having something selected, hitting the Alt key, and then moving or rolling your center mouse button. And then it will scroll through all of the things that are in that list. So you can see. And it's just scrolling through each of the things in the entire list of objects, not the sorted list that I had after I put book stack. So that's another drawback of doing it that way, but it is a very quick way of doing that. It will be very helpful when I'm building level 2 and I'm gonna replace this broken window with a not broken window. And that was just me selecting that wall, hitting the Alt key, and rolling my mouse wheel down one click, and it fixed it. So the lower the number of keystrokes you have to make, the better. So that's another good thing about using that method of browsing the objects. Anyways, next we've got this stack of books. I can move them around, but they're not sitting on the floor where I want them. So I'm going to, while I'm dragging them around and they're active, I'm actively moving them around. I'm going to hit the Alt key, and it's, oh, this is a bad example. You can see how it's moving, right? I've got the Alt key pressed down. I've got my left mouse button clicked, and I'm dragging that object around. It's trying to find a surface. But because whoever set up this stack of books put the center, 000 center, in the middle of it instead of on the bottom, it's actually falling on in the wrong way. It's not working. Let's find a different object so you can actually see what that does. We are going to need a table of some sort in here. Sure, we'll use this little cafe table. Is there a half cafe table? I think it's this one. These diner tables are fine. Okay, that's what we'll use. So they're a little bit narrower. Okay, so I'm clicking and I'm moving this.
Mr. Maxwell strolls into the bar.
And I'm going to hit the Alt key and it's going to drop down to the catch layer. And now it's on the actual ground. So that's an easy way to make sure you don't have floating items. See how it's trying to stick to the walls? It's just trying to find a place, a surface. So we want it there. I want to flip this 90 degrees at a time.
No one sees her, but she lights up his life.
There we go. And then we're just gonna put this table over here. And then I'll try to put these books on this table. But you can see how they're like, it's halfway through. Anyways. Again, I want to rotate these 90 degrees at a time. And then I'm just going to raise these up a little bit. Or maybe Maxwell lost his mind, but no finer woman move them back. Every Sunday he's at the park. Holding hands in daylight, and we'll just make a duplicate of that, move them down. Maybe we'll make another duplicate, move it down, but we're going to select a different stack. And we will, I'm going to put that snapped angle back on because I want to, again, rotate these at 90 degrees. But we're going to rotate it so that these are laying flat on the table. So I'm going to, instead of
whether she's real or a beautiful lie.
simply hitting my right mouse button and clicking and dragging to rotate, I'm going to also click on one of these directional buttons, and I can never remember which way to do it. Not that way. There we go. That's what we want. And then we're gonna move them down, I thought. Nope. Oh, I don't know why it's not letting me move those down, but okay. The other way to move something is just to go directly into its coordinates. I want to move it up and down, so that's on the y-axis. Wait, nope, because I rotated it, it's the z-axis. That's why I couldn't move it. That looks close enough, right? It's not floating. And then we're going to move them back a little bit, move them over a little bit. Alright, now I got a table of books. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so that's level 1. That's all it needs, right? Okay, what have we got going on in chat here? You can't connect to Bethesda servers in the CK. Have I ever tried? I've actually not ever tried. I've not published any of my stuff on Bethesda.net, so I'm not sure how that works. Kingath does go through it in one of his videos, and it looks relatively easy, but if it's a connection issue with your account, maybe? I would assume it's got something to do with your account. Or are you using any sort of like mod to alter the behavior of the creation kit at all? Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry. Alright, so this is probably going to be okay for level 1 because we're just doing like real basic so that we can get through each of the levels. So I'm just gonna pop a save because always. Oh, I forgot one very important thing. Each level requires one of these things. It's called pivot dummy. Not a pivot tummy, a pivot dummy. Static collection pivot dummy. So, this is, if I understand correctly, hey Oscar, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to get as many people wrangled up to do the contest in a couple of weeks because I want lots and lots of people to enter. The last 2 contests, there's only been a couple handfuls of entries, so I want more competition. Please. Yeah, so this static collection pivot dummy is kind of like the center point that every object you put in there is going to refer to this pivot dummy. And the way it works, I think, is we're going to export kind of like an Excel sheet, like a spreadsheet of objects, and they're all going to have coordinates in relation to this pivot dummy, and that's how the game knows where to place everything when it builds it in the game. So you need to make sure you're putting these collection pivot dummies on every layer, every level. So we're on level 1, I've got it active. They need to go in a 000 location, and the easiest way to do that is to just take it, grab it, and drop it right onto the title bar of the render window. So now you see it's there, and And if I click on it, make sure it's actually the thing that's selected. Yep. I can go in here, right click on it, edit, and I can see that it's position XYZ 000, rotation 000. So it's exactly where I want it to be. And all I had to do was drag it in and drop it on the title bar there. So because I don't want to forget to do that on the second layer, I'm just going to do that right now. And you can see here that it's not there because level 1 was visible and now it's not. We're going to drop one of those in here. And so now we've got pivot dummy on level 1 and level 2 at the proper location. Okay. That's very important. All right, let's just quickly go back to that tutorial and make sure that I'm doing the proper things. So yes, step E, add the static collection pivot dummy to each layer. We had skipped this step. Okay, so once you've got your design, there's a couple of categories of objects that you're going to want to kind of sort things into. And you can do this mentally if you don't have very many objects on a level. But if you have a bunch, then it's probably worth it to build sub-layers. So I can take this lectern, this table, these 3 stacks of books, and I think that's enough for right now to prove my point, to show my point. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right click on any of those objects that I just selected. We're going to create a new layer from the selection. And we're going to say RSI, bookmobile, level 1, stage items. Remove references from layer RSI bookmobile level 1, yes. So we've got level 1, and then we've got the stage items. So I can make them disappear if I don't want to look at them. I can also make those disappear if I don't want to look at those. And all I have left are the stage items. This will be useful because at a certain point, we're gonna want to select all of our stage items and export them. So this is an easy way to do that, is to put them on their own level, own layer. And then from here, if we want to say keep adding to it, we would just make sure that this is active, and we'll put another chair in there. Just because it's level 1 doesn't mean that they shouldn't have a couple of chairs for people. Okay, so you can see how I was just typing and deleting and typing in that filter for the object window, and now my creation kit is looking like it's going to crash. It's not going to crash. It's just thinking real hard about what you tried to type in that filter window. So I have a potato computer, so it does that all the time. But I understand what's happening. I know that it's just thinking real hard. So if I just give it a couple of minutes, and sometimes honestly it's a couple of minutes, it will come back to me. You just have to have faith. Anyway, so chair. We are going to not just put a static chair down, because we want there to be a blue man attached so that NPCs will actually use it. So we're going to select one from this furniture category. And I know that there are some fun ones in SS2 Extended, because that's where this one came from. What have we got? We'll do... What's this enclave chair look like? Oh, I don't know, because I don't have the master that the original mesh is coming from. So these red diamonds with the exclamation marks in them, that just means that there's a missing mesh. Yeah, so if I were to use this, I don't know why it's not showing up though. Anyways, moving on. None of those. Do I not have extended loaded up? I thought I did. Well, we'll just save. No, it wasn't enabled. So we're going to enable it so that we can get all those things and extend it up there too. I'll reload this. It's going to take a couple minutes. You should definitely make something, Will. Absolutely. It's fun. And it's like, you can make stuff and never use it, but it's good practice. It's our favorite song, everybody. Yeah, Plot-a-Palooza is a really good way to learn. It's kind of the only way I would have ever learned, with a real hard deadline and lots of rigid rules. There are lots of rigid rules too. Like, you have to make sure that nothing goes over those alignment helper boundaries. Nothing goes under the plot or over, like, too hot. Well, that point is up for debate as to how high, how tall the plot can be. So you are using Platform Extended, Pedro? Yeah, I'm not sure. I've not tried to use that. One day I do want to try to use it, but I'm not sure if maybe that's preventing you from connecting to Bethesda. I'm not sure. Yeah, totally. Everyone stumbles. And that's why it's good to have a community to ask all of your dumb questions to. And that's what the WAB is for. WAB is it's called We Are Builders. It's a Discord server. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome place. Lots of really knowledgeable people. Alright. So this is telling me that the SS2 building tool ESP contains a form of the master file, but at some point in the near future, the SS2 building tool will not be a master for this plugin. Not sure what this is saying, but it's a missing object and the reference will be deleted. So thanks, CK. You could log into the start field, CK, normally? Okay. Yeah, I would just reinstall the Fallout 4 CK. Yeah, no, Bubs, I think that if... So Xbox players can't get extended at all, right? That's really unfortunate. Because if you use something that is inextended and they don't have extended enabled or are unable to enable it, then yeah, they would get that red diamond with the exclamation mark in it. He bit the remote and swallowed his hat. We locked the pantry, but it was too late. See, I never think of Xbox users. So, something to consider for sure. If you want as wide of a user base as possible to use it, then yeah, all of these things should be considered, as well as uploading things to Bethesda.net, because a lot of people don't use Nexus. Okay, and then this is that regular warning that we can ignore, I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm never 100% on anything, so Don't sue me. Okay, so when you load up your plugin for the first time, you have to load your cell. So double click on your cell. And then we're back. Okay. So we're still working on level 1. And I was gonna put in a chair from Extended. This coolest guy enclave chair.
He's in the walls now having a ball. Last we heard he's mayor of the Crawl Space Hall. Take it from me, just toe the line.
If the lighting is weird, like if things look too dark or too bright, just hit the A key and it will turn on or off the environment light, I guess they call it. I don't know. Anyways. That's a little bit too clean looking for level 1, so... that looks real comfy. Yeah, let's use that one. Car chair. We're gonna put it right at the end there.
Sitting on the bus with a fountain pen, jotting a list of who I've been. All of them titled, oh no, it's me again.
Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna put it right there. So all the circles and stuff all over the floor, those are access points to the furniture object. So you can see the NPC would start here, or over here, or over here to start that sit animation. If you don't want to look at those, you can hit the M key and they'll all go away. I like to keep them on though because why are they all red now? Weird. Okay. I like to keep them on just because so I can tell where the NPCs are going to have trouble accessing the objects. But if you have a bunch of objects on the screen, sometimes it can slow your render window right down. So sometimes it's better to, if you can remember to turn it off, and then turn it on when you need it. But as of right now, we don't have too much stuff going on, so it's okay. Pedro says, interesting the way these plots are all made in the CK. SS2 scripting can look like wizardry, 100%, which is why, yeah, they are all wizards. Because they've made it so that you don't have to know any scripting at all. You just do the design, and they've made it so that you can build everything in the game. And then just use the tools they've provided, bring it into the CK, do the couple little extra things that you have to do. Well, I say couple little extra things, it's a lot. But, yeah, they've just made it possible so that if you are a builder in the game, like if you really enjoy building in the game, then you should do it that way. And then if you are used to the CK, then you should do it that way. It's nice to have options. Okay, so we've got level 1 and we've got level 2. We've got level 1 stage items. Well, except I should have put this. And actually this.
One day he drove too near the sink. He hit the gas. I didn't think. The bowl went crash.
This and this should go onto the active layer, which is now going to be the stage items layer. And this too, actually. I'm just going to add selection to active layer, remove the references from the other layer. Yep. So they disappeared because we have this layer active or visible. Now we've got this active and visible. So when I was talking about how objects are kind of all categorized into different sections. So these things here, actually this carpet can also go, this mat can also go into that other layer. Okay.
He said, I'll see you soon with the
If I'm remembering correctly,
walked away for just a little while.
yes,
That
okay.
was
So
19 Mondays back, but I know
each layer, each level, I keep making that mistake, each level is gonna be comprised of your stage items, which we were placing on this other level here. So these are all your stage items. But then also we have this on that level as well. This is actually all going to become, I'm trying to remember the word for it, the oh man, what's it called? Building, oh my goodness. Hey Amorous, how's it going? Why can't I think of the word? There are stage items and then there are, okay, we're just gonna go back to that tutorial. Building structure, static collections, structure, skull, stage models. Stage models. That's the word I was trying, those are the words I was trying to come up with. Okay. So you've got your stage items and you've got your stage models. Your stage model is like the structures. So for this one, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I'm going to select everything on here that's kind of like part of the structure. Stairs, and as well as the pivot dummy. And I can go over here and make sure that they're all selected. And really, I could have, because that's the only layer that I have visible, and it's also active, I could go into the cell view and just select all of the items that way as well. And back to the tutorial, because I can't remember if we're going to include this pivot dummy in with the skull. So we're going to create static collections. That's what skull stands for. Static collection for each layer's building structure, which is that stage model that I was just talking about. So we kind of isolated what we want in the stage model skull. So now that we've got that, I'm just going to make sure that we don't need the pivot dummy in there as well. Select all loaded references in layer. Do not include the building tool references, the COC markers, etc., as well as the static collection pivot dummy. Okay, so we do include that as well. So we've got each of those things selected. We're going to right click on that entire selection and we're going to say make it a static collection. So we have to give it a name, a meaningful name. We're going to call it RSI because that's my prefix. Bookmobile. Level 1 structure skull. And I know that seems like a really long, an unnecessarily long name, but it's important to have all of those pieces of information just so that you can find it later. It makes it a lot easier to find in the object window. Okay, so I should be able to hit OK and nothing bad is going to happen. I say I should be able to because in all of the crashes that I have with the CK, this is where they happen most often. And what happens is if you're trying to include an object in your structure or in your static collection that cannot be turned into a static, so like something that's animated, or like obviously something that's animated can't be a static, you know, or like there's those dynamic clutter collections, anything that has like a script involved, so those blue men cannot be included in a static collection. Yeah, there's other things too, and you'll notice, groupings of statics cannot be included, so you can't SCOL a SCOL. You can't turn a collection and include that collection in with another collection. If you want to do that, you have to break the first collection, reselect everything, and then turn that entire selection into one individual SCOL. So there are exceptions to that rule. If there is an exception, your CK will crash here. So a lot of times it's best to save right before you do this. So I'm going to right click, make static collection, give it a meaningful name, structure, SCOL. Alright, so now is the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm going to hit OK and it will not crash. And I'm just going to hit OK again. I'm not sure what this window is asking us to put in. We usually leave it empty. Okay. Okay, so it didn't crash. Yay us. And you'll notice now that this is one big item. Like it's all the same. I can't select this individually. I can't select the sidewalls individually. It is now all one big piece. And if we go over here and we filter for my prefix in the static category, you'll see it there. RSI Bookmobile Level 1 Structure SCOL. Okay. Let's go back to the tutorial. So that was for level 1. You would do the same thing for level 2 and 3 if you already had it all built. Workflow changes from person to person. I often will build level 1, do all of that, and then get it all exported and then go from there and then start on level 2. But sometimes I go back and forth. Like I'll maybe build it all up and say this is what I want the final building design to look like. So this is level 3. And then I'll take a bunch of stuff away. And then I'll be like, okay, this will be level 2. And then I'll take more stuff away. And then it'll be Barebones and that'll be level 1. You just build however it makes sense for you. There's that saying out there, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And that statement was never truer than in the CK. There are definitely more ways than one to do anything in here. Okay. Red means there's no nav mesh for NPCs to use those access points. Okay. Once I've nav meshed. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. Thanks, Oscar. Yeah, don't use that master for the Xbox plugin. And you'll just have to, like, if you notice those red diamonds showing up when you're building, and you'll know, you just won't use those. You'll be fine. Amber says, believe that SS2 extended can be put on Xbox, but then you'd have to have barely another space left for anything. Yeah. Dr. Nothing Cat, hello, welcome in. Is that, oh, that's Rick. That's right. Hey, Rick. All you guys with your regular names and then your YouTube names that are different. And it's weird that I know all of your real names because that's not the way the normal way things Oh my goodness, that is not how things normally go. Okay. So this is where it gets a little bit weird. We have to create NIFs from our structure skulls and then add them to the plugin. So this step took me a long time to wrap my head around, and I think it's partly because MO2 makes it a little bit more convoluted because they use a virtual file system, virtual file manager, VFS, virtual file system. Anyways, so where you think the files are is not where they are. And I know that sounds really weird, but I don't really know how else to describe it because I don't fully understand it. Anyways, I'll kind of show you what I mean. So we've got our structure skull, and we can see that it's a static collection because it says SC for static collection. We're going to right click on that. We're going to let me remember. Is it under edit? Yes. Okay. So under edit, and here we've got that whole entire structure plus the static pivot dummy, static collection pivot dummy. So this is the model that it's using. Yeah, what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna hit recreate NIF from data. So a static collection NIF recreation complete. So that's that. I have to go into this folder location to find this file. So I'm gonna tab out. Unlock this. I'm remembering as I go along here, so bear with me, folks. We can go into the yep, see, it's not in there, so we need to go back to the tutorial so I can read how to do this. Okay, step will create NIFs. Okay, recreate NIF from data. This will export the NIF data into your follow for game data meshes folder. Okay, Alt tab from the CK. Oh yes, so it's just in the game folder under data, right? Oh goodness.
Down by the boardwalk, Cape, look out, boys on furrow, lay their wallets out. Sun on the water, girls in line, sipping on some that tastes divine.
Data meshes skull.
Until the polar bears come home, the band plays low, sipping sweet and moving slow. Waves are humming and the jukebox plays. Every swing and sailor sways with a twist of line. They toast the sky and wink at gals walking by.
I'm not remembering how to do this step, guys. Sorry. Maybe this is where we have to go into the virtual file folder already. Explore virtual folder. And now I can get into that meshes folder. But before I do this, I want this to be called something else. Yay, Will's got his headset. Finally. That's awesome. Okay. Close. Sorry guys, I'm having a brain fart. Probably because I'm trying to do this in front of an audience. Honestly, I thought it was.
Rum and Nuka-Cola, served on a Victrola. From Boston down to Old Key West is the drink that GIs like best.
Yeah, they're in the override folder. There we go. Okay. I knew they were somewhere. So, we found it here. What we're going to do is, and I explain it here, we're going to find it in that folder. We're going to select it, use Control X to cut it, and then we're going to go back to our plugins meshes folder and put it in there. So, Control X to cut. We're going to go back to our mods folder. I don't have a meshes folder yet, so we're just going to make one. And then I'm going to paste it in there, and then we're going to call it something meaningful. RSI Bookmobile Level 1 Structure. And it's not a skull, because that's what we just did. We turned it from a skull, a static collection, into a regular NIF. Okay, so that's there. We can close that up. So we renamed it something meaningful. Repeat for all your levels. Okay, so normally what you should be able to do is open this up and the way it's supposed to work, so we can hit OK here, go to our statics, we've got RSI already up here in the filter, so only the things that I've created are going to show up here. But technically we should be able to just take this and drag it in.
I don't need palm trees or sand.
But that never works for me. I'm not sure why.
Give me snowbanks and a slope comes
You've got to make sure you got the static category selected here.
I got brooms in my blood.
And it should, but it doesn't. So this is when I have to use MO2, the virtual folder. And then I can go into my mod folder.
Boston and no one else. I fist fight a ghost if curse the Celts from the common to the harbor shelf. Wicked Lord of Boston and no one else.
And there it is, RSI Bookmobile Level 1 structure. So from here, now making sure, oops, that's not what I wanted. Making sure that the static category is selected. I can click and drag this, and there it is. So these both look exactly the same. If we preview them, you can see the pivot dummy in this one and not in the mesh. Anyways, so that's how you make a NIF or a mesh out of a static collection. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. It was very confusing for me, obviously, the first time I tried to do it, and I had to get a lot of help to figure out how to do it. So, yeah, hopefully that helps some people. It will probably confuse you even more, but we are all here to help you. Well, thanks, Bubbles. I'm trying. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat. Your Xbox One isn't gonna cut it for streaming? That's too bad. Isn't that, Dom, isn't that how you do it? You stream from your Xbox, right? Zone 79 released a new mod for Starfield. It's a new faction with lots of planned updates. Ooh, that sounds fun. New factions are always a good time. Nice, nice. What's a paid mod? Yeah. We'll watch a review first, for sure. Need to design earbuds that look like earplugs? I'm sure they're out there somewhere. There has to be those. That's too good of an idea. Or maybe you're just brilliant. You're the first one to think of that. Oh, it's the actual Xbox headset, I see. Okay, so we've got level 1's stage model, which is what this is. And then we've also got level 1's stage items, which are what all of these are. So the thing that I learned during the last Plot-a-Palooza was you can't have more than 128 objects on a level. So I've only got 9, so we're good. But, and if anyone saw what I built for the last Plot-a-Palooza, you'll understand that there was definitely more than 128 items on each level. So what I ended up doing was I built static collections, so the same thing that we built for the stage model, but I built a whole bunch of different static collections out of the different stage items. So in this situation, it's not going to be helpful at all because I've got more objects in this that can't be SCOLed, that can't be included in a static collection. So trying to do that right now would actually make no sense at all. But say I had, like, say this was level 3 and I had like a ton of bookshelves and like more chairs and like carpets and like paintings on the wall, just a bunch of stuff like that. You could make sure that each one of them is selected. Anything that's not going to be interacted with or animated, essentially. Like I could include, not sure why I can't, there we go. I could include the carpet, these books, table, the lectern, not the chairs because those are going to be interacted with. So I could select all of those and then do the same thing. Make a static collection. I would call it something like RSI Bookmobile Level 1 Stage Items SCOL. And then do the same thing where we turn it into a NIF, rename it, pull it back into the CK from the virtual file system. And that way you've got groupings of objects. So you don't have over 128 objects. At this point, we don't need to worry about that. And if it's your first time building a plot, you're probably not going to go over 128 items unless you go totally crazy, which I hope some of you do. I hope some of you do, because that's awesome. Yeah, some of the detail things that you can add in, some of the like situational plateaus, the stories that you can tell just by a placement of objects, it's kind of phenomenal. So yeah, I hope there's lots of that. Yeah, so I think at this point I have enough here to show you how to export these things so that you're gonna get your spreadsheets. And spreadsheets are another thing that you're gonna have to get used to. Crazy is fun and fun is crazy. That's right, Amherst. Yeah, so spreadsheets, you're gonna have to get a little familiar with them, because what we're gonna do here is we're going to select all of the stage items for level 1, and one way to do that is to just click and drag a big square over them all. We've got all of them selected, and you can double check that by looking in your cell view. We can see that everything in the view is selected.
The toes caught fire and the phone went dead.
So with all of these selected,
Screamed, "I'm fine."
we're going to go up to File, Import, Export. We're going to come all the way down here. We're going to say Ref Placements for Selection. So this is going to take all of the objects that are selected and export coordinates for them. We're going to put them in, I don't know why these folders are so big, jeez. We're going to put them in our Stage Item Exports folder. I've got a bunch of folders already started here, but we'll start another one called Bookmobile. And we're going to call it RSI Bookmobile Level 1 Stage Items. Okay, RSI Bookmobile Level 1 Stage Items. Into this Stage Item Exports Bookmobile folder that we put into our game folder.
Then lock myself inside again.
Okay, so that is exported. I'm going to hit a save here.
Lost my
And then I'm going to open up whatever program you use to edit spreadsheets. I use LibreOffice because it's a free alternative to Microsoft Office. But you can use Microsoft Office, you can use Google Spreadsheets, you can use whatever you use to edit spreadsheets. I'm going to open up a new spreadsheet, and we're going to import that text file. So we're going to insert sheet from a file. We're going to browse to where we put that, which was Bookmobile, Stage Items.txt. Open. Alright, and then on this window you want to make sure that each row isn't one big line, because you can see here that we've got our coordinates but they're all on one line. If you deselect comma and select tab, that's going to make each of these pieces of information, these data pieces, separated into their own columns rather than all being on one line. So that's what you want. You want different columns for all that info. So if it looks like that, then you're good. You can hit OK. Hit OK. And then so now we've got our different columns. Column A is obviously the editor ID of the item. B, C, and D are the positions. E, F, and G are the rotations. H is your scale. We do have the ability to add other columns with information to affect the behavior of these items. We're not going to worry about that just yet. Nope, we are going to worry about that right now. Because column I, oh, I just accidentally unplugged my headset. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Oh, and my new headset is good, but I am finding some things that I don't like about it. Oh, come on. You know how when you fiddle with the plug, it changes the sound? Anyways, okay. This is not your guys' problem. Okay, so the I column is your level. So all of these stage items were on level 1. So I'm going to put a 1 in each of these columns. I mean each of these cells. So this is all level 1. And then we'll save this as a CSV. I don't know what CSV stands for, but you want to save it as a CSV. And these spreadsheets, you're going to access them a lot, so you're going to want to put them in a place that you remember. I usually put them on the desktop in a folder of its own. Bookmobile spreadsheets.
With the autumn and that bottle of vermouth, the couch is smiling again.
We're going to name it something meaningful.
Knows I've lost the argument with the coat rack and my sins. I saw the curtain twitch.
And we want to hit edit filter settings. I'm not sure what that does, but KG said to check that box, so I'm going to check that box. Okay, so we've got level 1 stage items. Save. And yes, we want to use the CSV format. Yes, we want the field delimiter to be comma. Yeah, don't change anything here. Okay. Only the active sheet was saved. That's just because we had this other blank sheet over here. So just the sheet was saved. All right. So we've got our level 1 stage items spreadsheet. So we can close this. Nope. Reopen that. We need another spreadsheet for the stage models. Remember how I said there were stage items and there were stage models? So we need to have a spreadsheet for the stage items as well as a spreadsheet for the stage models. And I'm actually going to open up an old one. Whoops. Bet you none of these are going to be.
Quite right, got my smile, got my hair, got my cleft in the chin. But something named me in the shape.
I want stage models. Stage models.
Who's that in my skin?
These are all stage items. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna open up a blank spreadsheet because now I can show you actually what else comes in that add-on makers toolkit, because in there is a template that I'm going to show you. So add-on makers toolkit, this is the folder that you download when you download that mod. Not a mod you install through MO2, it's a folder that you download. There's a tutorial in here as well. The style guide. There's lots of good stuff in here. There's some like saves. What's this save? Oh, it's a test save in there. All right. There's some nav cut meshes for when we need to do our nav meshing. Mods. Oh, this is the to get your building world, the building tool world. This is the mod that you install in your game. Custom flag helper files. Oh, okay. If you want to build some custom flags, you've got some help there. Spreadsheet templates is what we want. So we're going to open up the building models template. And again, we want nice columns. So sometimes you have to like flip back and forth. Anyway, you just want it to look like there's these columns here. Okay. So this spreadsheet is a little bit harder to wrap your head around because there aren't column headings. It's really just the first row is your building materials. So when you place a plot in SS2, before it starts to build, there's usually a pile of building materials, like a couple of wooden boxes or a couple of 2x4s, some fencing, whatever. That's where you would put that. The second line is your level 1. So my building plan, level 1, C1 I think is construction 1, construction 2, and then final. The way this is working, this whole second row here is level 1 of your building design. But, and not a lot of people do this or notice this or even think it matters. It's just like an extra little detail that you can add in. But as your building design is evolving from level 1 to level 2, or from the building material pile to level 1, you can have it go through a couple of different evolutions to show its building stage. So you could have this first cell be like that capsule trailer without the walls on it. And then this second one would be the capsule trailer with the walls on it. And then the third one, which is the final building model, would be the capsule trailer with the walls and the stairs on it. So does that make sense? How you would be able to see it go through like a building evolution? And then you would do the same thing for level 2. So it would have like a little bit extra to it, a little bit extra, a little bit extra, and then your final level 2 design. And then the same thing for level 3. A lot of times my building model spreadsheet will just look like it'll just say default, and then I'll just have it'll end up looking just like this. We're gonna get rid of that and that and that and that. Okay, so a lot of times it'll end up just looking like this, where there's no building stages. It just goes straight from the building pile, the pile of building materials, to the final model. This unfortunately won't work. You have to have at least 2 columns. So you could do it like this. So it goes from the building material pile to the first evolution of building to the final evolution, and then these 2 are the same. And then I learned from somebody, I can't remember who, that it makes more sense to do it like this, where the final level 1 building is the first evolution of level 2 building, and then it ends up being that, and then same thing here. Does that make sense? This was, it took me a long time to figure this out. A lot of trial and error, a lot of pulling my hair out, because this is essentially one of the last things you do before you test it. And then you get to this point and you're like, okay, everything is done, and then you do this and it doesn't work, and then you want to kill yourself. So hopefully that doesn't happen to anyone else. But that's what happened to me with my first plot, so it is a possibility. So let's use some actual information in here. Default will always work. You can just leave that as default. What we want here, though, is not these made up things. And I'm actually just going to delete all those because we don't even have a level 2 and a level 3 right now. So this is technically going to be... Oh, should have closed that a long time ago. So this was that NIF that we made from that static collection of the capsule trailer with the walls. So we're going to put that in there. I think. Is that not going to work? No. I was trying to actually copy the file in there. It's not going to work. The file name is all we need. Okay. And then we're just going to put that one there as well. So technically, this would work. Like you would load this plot in, you would get your default pile of building materials, and then when the all the costs were paid and the NPC was assigned to the plot, it would build, and it would build the initial structure, and the initial structure would stay and persist throughout the entire level. And then you would do the same for whatever structure you end up with for level 2 and then for level 3. So you would have 4 rows with all that info. This is a lot of really dry, boring stuff. The spreadsheet stuff is super tedious. It makes sense, but it is super tedious. So, okay, back to chat here just for a sec. I can have us not look at this really boring spreadsheet though. Okay. Yes, watch the review before you pay for them. Always a good idea. For mods, I mean. 800 credits. That's a lot of money. Oh, it's got Xenos though? Alright. They said you paved your yard with artillery. I offered rides for the local scouts, but the tank went off and the lights went out. Mute button. I'm actually using a separate mic, like an external mic. So there is no mute button unless I actually turn it off, which is easy enough to do. Oh, hey Captain, how's it going? Sorry I didn't say hi sooner. I get lost in my own thoughts and in my own scattered thoughts is what I should say. Yeah, so it won't disappear for a moment when it changes from level 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, and so that your, like if you had your spreadsheet the way we had it before with just the one column of data, you would find that all of your stage items would appear before any stage model. So you would have a bunch of floating stage items and it would look weird. So having the 2 columns of data is what you need to avoid that. Death by PowerPoint. Yeah, that's for sure. Death by Excel. I'd rather work with PowerPoint than Excel, that's for sure. At least there's a more visual part of PowerPoint. Hey Synthetic Psalms, how's it going? You need this, and please start over. Don't make me start over. You can watch it. You can watch the video after and make fun of my fumbling and rambling and stumbling and stambling. Stambling's not a word. Okay, so this is our building models. This is not the template. We have to save this as our actual. So we're going to put it in the same place that we put our other spreadsheet. Where did I put it? Bookmobile spreadsheets. We're going to call this stage model. And we only need one stage models spreadsheet. So like it's not like I'm gonna have a level 1 stage models and a level 2 stage models and a level 3, because each level is taking care of this one spreadsheet.
said,
So we're going to save it as a
I can't
CSV.
run my comb on faith, so I
Yes,
tipped
as a
my
CSV.
hat
Yes.
and
Yes. Okay.
shaved with
So now we've got
shave and a haircut, 2 bits too much.
these 2 spreadsheets here.
Can't
That's what we need.
afford a comb, so I
And
sweep with
technically
a
you would
brush.
have actually
My
4
mustache
spreadsheets,
curls
because you would have
like a
level 1, 2, and 3,
frightened worm,
and then your stage
and my
models.
sideburns look like a winter fern. I
Okay,
used
let's go back
be
to the
sharp,
tutorial that I wrote, well,
used
that
to
I
be slick.
used and then
Now
added to.
I'm looking like a
So we've got our stage items export file, which was that text file of all the stage items. We created the spreadsheet for the stage item placement, which was the first spreadsheet that we made. We did the spreadsheet for the stage models, which was the one we just did. Now we have to apply the import stage data script to the plugin. So we are now done with the CK. Typically you would be spending a lot more time in the CK because you would be building level 1, 2, and 3. So you would end up with way more layers. You would probably end up with level 1 stage items, level 2, level 2 stage items, level 3, level 3 stage items. And depending on how much stuff you've got, you might even break it down even more. Being organized is very helpful. A lot of people will add a sub layer for lights, or they'll add a sub layer for activators, or like the blue men, the furniture items. I'll usually put the lights on a separate layer, just because I always forget, and then I'm like, oh yeah, lights. So I'll just go in and create a new layer and then put all the lights on there. Yeah, so you would typically be end up spending a lot more time in the CK than we did today, but as of right now, we have enough data to actually build this plugin and watch it break in game. So let's just save. I don't even think we need to save, but we can save here. We're going to exit the CK.
Unplanned jazz from the promised land. A gentleman never names the sound, but sometimes thunder comes from.
And we're going to go and open Fallout 4 Edit.
You can blame the dog, but they all knew that.
I really hope I'm doing this right and in a way that is succinct enough so that it's not feeling like it's going to be terrible when you do it for reals. It's not terrible, I promise. Okay. So back into MO2. We're going to open up Fallout 4 Edit. I just want to see what we've got in here again. We've got our ESP, and then we've got our level 1 structure. If you had made any custom assets, like if you had, and I didn't even scratch the surface on what you can do in the CK as far as material swaps. Like say I wanted that chair to have a different colored vinyl on it, you could do that. That's called a material swap. If you did that, you would just have to save it as a new NIF though, like as a new mesh. And then you'd have to do that weird virtual folder system, drag and drop back into the CK thing, and then make sure that it's in your meshes folder in your mod. But we don't have any custom material swaps or anything like that, so we don't have to worry about it. All we need to know is that that one stage model is in there, level 1 structure. If we were building a complete building plan with 3 levels, there would also be level 2 and level 3 structure. But we've only got the one for right now, so.
It's got more soul than a slide trombone, and it plays best when you're all alone.
And we can actually just do this so that we've got all 3 layers, levels. They're just all using the same structure for right now. So we're gonna save that like that. I'm gonna close that up.
We'd seen bar fights, blizzards, and busted knees. Never nothing quite like what I
So we're gonna open up Follow 4 Edit.
The sky turned bright like a kerosene flare, and the wind stopped cold in the desert air. Then a hum came down.
And at this point, you don't need everything else loaded up. You can just have your own plugin, and it's gonna obviously choose whatever needs to be a master. See how, because I deleted all of those building tool objects, that the building tool isn't required as a master anymore? Okay.
He kicked at the light with his 2 hind shoes, then vanished up in that
Give this a second. It shouldn't take too long because we don't have very much going on.
And I dropped my chew, and I hollered, Lord, what am I supposed to do?
Alright, so
Took my horse,
in here,
those little green
the first thing we have to do is create a blueprint for this building design. So you're going to, on your file header, right click, and I think apply script. I'm pretty sure that's the right place. Let me just go back to here and double check.
by the fire with my flask and my shame, and I call his name, but it ain't the same. I bought
Wait a second.
mare, she's fine,
Apply the SS2 import stage data script to your plugin.
bright, and her tail don't pose.
Oh yes, this is what we're doing right now. Okay. So right click the file header of your plugin and then apply script. Yes, that is what we were doing. I was right. See, I remembered. Apply script. We are not doing the import or export to cell. We are doing the not the city plan converter. What's it called? Import stage data. Right? Import stage data. So we're going to do that. So we're doing an entire building plan. Okay. All right. And so now this is where we create the blueprint for our building design. So the naming of all of these is kind of important. You want to be really consistent so that when people are browsing through all of the different building plans, that it looks similar. So standard is square bracket, your own prefix, the building design's name, bookmobile, and then by Ravenswift. Your editor ID has to be the same as your plugin's name, so it's going to be RSI bookmobile, RSI bookmobile, and then the mod prefix has to be the same as the prefix. Okay, and then this is where you decide what it is. So I think we said it was going to be a recreational. It's a 2x2. We're going to do intelligence. We can select some themes. So all of my plots are lore friendly. They're usually have wood and metal. It's a trailer, so we can choose that one. So yeah, you can choose whatever, like if you are sticking with a faction theme, if it's more pre-war, if it's like a newer looking building, if it's more vault. Oversized is a good one to choose if you've got something that's going to be hanging over those boundaries, if it's extra bloody. Okay, and then this is Wonder Architectural Marvel. Is only for those chapter 3 special buildings that I'm supposed to be making at some point. I'm supposed to make one at some point. We'll see if I ever get around to that. But so yeah, typically you would not be doing that. So in the description, you're gonna just write whatever you want it to say.
I get up early with the roosters cry. Pull on
Here
my boots and kiss
is
my wife
a
goodbye. Head to the mill with my lunch in
mobile
hand. I do my
library
job like a loyal man.
for
Don't
your
like
settlers
unions or government checks. I trust my preacher and I cash my specs, but I
to
told Jim at the
improve
barbershop,
their intelligence.
saying things that made the whole room stop. Damn you, communist Jim, with your rolled up sleeves and your jawline grim.
Okay, here
Said
is
no
a
man should
mobile
starve
library
while
for
the
your
boss gets
settlers
fat,
to
and I
improve
said,
their
"That's true."
intelligence.
Imagine that, then I bought him a coffee and
I think that's all you really need to put there.
Damn you, communist Jim.
Like if it was a residential plot, or actually if it, like if your plot was gonna accommodate more than one settler, you could note that here. Yeah, whatever you want the player to know. Keep these checked, that's fine. It's gonna actually automatically create what goes into the confirmation message. We're just gonna have, I think, one person on each level, because it's not a very big spot. We're gonna want to keep all of these checked, and then here is where we're gonna select those spreadsheets that we created. So the models file. So I put them on the desktop, right? Bookmobile spreadsheets. So the stage models for the models file, and then the stage items file. Oh, I forgot a step. Okay, we're gonna cancel this. We're gonna cancel this. We're gonna let this be here right now, because I'm just gonna go back into that spreadsheet. Not that one. Not that one. This one. Okay. So, you know how I put this level column in here? So, really, we're gonna want there to be 3 levels of stuff. Because I'm cheating right now and like just kind of making a really quick and dirty building to show you guys, we're just gonna use the same stage items on every level. But you can see here where I am now designating these as being part of level 2. And these were all on level 1. These are on level 2. And I'm gonna do the same thing just so that we've got, we've got a level 3. Whoops. I'm trying to be all quick and professional about this, but it is hard to do with an audience. Okay, so we've got level 1, level 2, and level 3. It's all the same thing, so in the game we're not going to notice any changes, but and you can see we've got everything is positioned according to where that pivot dummy was. Should be anyway. That is the idea. Okay, so we're gonna save this. CSV. Okay. So technically, if this was all for real, this would be named not level 1 stage items, just stage items. So you would have 3 different stage item spreadsheets called level 1, 2, and 3, and at the end of that you would merge them all into one, which is what we did here. If you held up your lighters, I don't know what you're trying to make me do, but I'm not going to sing you a sad song. If that's what you want. If you want me to do this all over again, no, that's not going to happen either. I can't believe it's 7 o'clock already here. I've been talking for a long time. Let me take a sip. And I really hope that this has all been, like, a little bit helpful. If for nothing but to refer back to you and be like, Raven, what the hell did you mean when you said this? And then I can be like, oh, yeah, this is what I meant when I said this. Okay, so just for clarity's sake, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into that folder. I'm just going to copy this and name it what I would actually name it if I was doing this for real. So it would be, you've got stage models, stage items. If I had gone through the whole process, there would also be a level 2 and a level 3 stage items that we would have merged all into this one. Alright. I'm going to go back into Fallout 4 edit. We did not finish running that script, so we'll do that again. Import stage data. We want, yes, the entire building plan. RSI bookmobile by Ravenswift. Editor ID RSI. Nope. RSI underscore bookmobile. And then RSI. We're doing recreational, 2x2, intelligence, lore friendly, wood trailer. Description, here's a mobile library for your settlers. To improve their intelligence. I am so good at typing and talking at the same time. Here's a mobile library for your settlers to improve their intelligence. That's all spelt right? Yeah, okay. We're having it one settler on each level, so that's fine. Models file. Stage models. Stage items. Stage items. Alright, and now, if everything is going to go to plan, we should just be able to hit start, and then Fallout 4 Edit will do its thing. It will do all of the things. It will create an add-on config for you so that it will get added into the building plan registry automatically on the next time you load up the game. I'm pretty sure that's what that does. Yeah, it does all the things where normally you would have to do all those things manually. Now that Pra made this script, this import data script, it does it all automatically. It's awesome. Okay, start. Please work. This is where you cross your fingers and your toes. Blueprint generation complete. Woot. Alright, so now you'll notice that we've got lots of new data here. So we've got all of our constructible objects. Like if we had created any new ones, they'd be in there. The message is that message that we just wrote with the description. The quest is that add-on quest that I was talking about. Adds it into the building plan lists. And then your building designs are actually saved as weapon records, because weapon records provide the most malleability. They can be edited the most and do all the things that KG needed plots to be able to do. So yeah, weapon records. So we've got our initial weapon record, and then we've got each level. All right. So
Dolores, we're begging you.
Really, we should just be able to close Fallout 4 edit, save,
We love your sass. We
go
love
into the
your
game,
shoes.
and it's there.
Every time you clap, we lose the blues.
We should be able to. Let's see. Okay. So, I always just like to open this up just to like double check it's got the stuff in it. I'm gonna go back to Fallout 4. And like we could just take this building tool off right now. Should we just do that just to show that it still works? Alright. Let's go. It was hard to do in front of an audience. It is difficult. It's hard to like think quickly, I guess, is the issue, but I think I'm doing okay.
He won't fetch sticks, he just drinks in place. He used to howl at the moon for fun. Now he leans on the couch and judges everyone. He won't play dead, he won't roll.
Sorry, I'm not able to keep up with chat so much. This is way different than playing the game. And streaming, like way different. Alright, so let's go back into our test save here. Yes, I want to load. That does not matter, but that's not loaded. Alright. I will be gobsmacked if this works. I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work, but we'll see. And if it does work, it's gonna be a really boring building design. But you will have gotten the gist, hopefully. Okay, yes, I know Workshop Framework has an error. Okay. So let's hope that when I go in to build a recreational 2x2, it's there. So that's that building materials pile that I was talking about. Alright, somebody assigned themselves to it. That's good. Oh, and they're already building? That's not right. What are you building? Choose building plan. Yes, I know I can choose building plans. Did I do it right? I did. Bookmobile by Ravenswift. Intelligence training. Here's a mobile library for your settlers to improve their intelligence. So let's choose that. Let's see what happens. All of the resources needed to build these are all automatically applied. Like, you don't have to fiddle with anything like that. I think you can, like, if you wanted to specify a certain set of resources that you need to build things, you can. I think I don't have costs turned on at this point, so. But you know what I mean, like it's consistent from plot to plot depending on what class you're building. Anyways, we'll see what happens here. If it gets stuck here, like if it never ends up building, then there's a problem with our stage models spreadsheet. Captain, build and chill. Everybody calls them build and chills though. That's what they are. Although this isn't as quite of a chill build as they normally are. Building in the CK is maybe a little bit more stressful than building in game. But again, this goes back to our earlier conversation about workflow and how whatever works best for you. If building in the game is more fun for you, then do it that way and export it. Bring it into the CK. Export your stage models and set up your stage or your export your stage items and build up your stage model spreadsheets. And then you're going into Fallout 4 Edit and doing it the same way that we just did it. So yeah, here we are, level 1. We've got our books. They are not floating, right? We've got a chair we can sit in. And this chair we can sit in. Alright. Yeah, so there we go. We've got our level 1 bookmobile. So if I wanted to test it and see if it goes to level 2, that is an easy console command. You just have to make sure you're clicking on the plot. Like, make sure recreational plot 2x2 shows up there. And now I have to remember the console command. It is CF. Yeah, I don't remember. Good thing I've got it written down somewhere. Give me a second, folks. I'm sure someone in chat might even know. CF plot, is it as simple as plot unlock? It might be. CF plot unlock? No. Okay, 1 second here. CF unlock level. Okay, so now it's gonna build level 2. It's gonna look the same, but as long as it builds, we know we did it right.
He's got a robe and he's got a crown, and he's coming with 100 megaton sound. He said, I'll come.
I'm just waiting for the little notification that says it built. There we go. And then we can do the same for level 3. Just make sure the plot is actually selected. CF unlock level. And then it's going to go through it again. Level 3. And then get our hollows up so you can actually see. Oh, and I guess we could also give it some power. Not that there's any lights in there to power, but... Alright. And now we're on level 3. So that, friends, is how you build a plot to show up in the game. There are other things that you have to do, like nav meshing, which... big sigh. Is a whole other monster that I'm not going to go into just now. Maybe at a future date I will do a nav meshing video, but there are so many other videos that would be way better at explaining and showing how to do that. Yeah. I think I use one from, well, again, don't know why I'm trying to explain when I can just show it to you. So I've got under, I got it, creation kit. Nav meshing, a very simple guide. So this is on the Sin Settlement 2 forums, written by Whisper back in the day, 4 years ago already. But just goes through the basics of it. There's also a really good video that I link to in this tutorial that I've gone through. So we did all these steps, created the blueprint, test your new building in the game, nav meshing. This is the time to nav mesh. So this is a link to a video by KG. Nope, this is a link to the wiki,
I bought a pearl,
where there's a link to a video. Watch this video.
but hummed along when my
And that's how I nav mesh stuff.
sing.
It's not hard, it's just very tedious.
Loves me
And
in
no one's been able to prove to me that it actually works and it actually does anything.
glass of wine.
I was having some issues with nav meshing, and I was just kind of told, I was like, can I just not do it? And I was told, you can not do it and it would 100% maybe not work, or you could do it and it would 100% maybe work.
But deep inside,
So yeah, take that as you will. Go with it. Basically, you want to at least try, because if you don't try, then yeah, you have to at least try to get your settlers nav meshing through there a little bit easier. This tutorial, I also go way more in detail as to why the construction stages work the way they do, like those evolving construction stages between the levels. And then after you're all said and done and you want to make any changes or fix bugs or anything like that, the most important thing you need to know is that instead of rerunning, all you do is rerun that import stage data script, reselect those spreadsheets, and let the script run again. But instead of doing it on your file header in your on your plugin in Fallout 4 Edit, you run it on the actual weapon record. So not on the file header of the plugin, but the weapon record that was created after we built the blueprint. So yeah, so that's how all that works. I don't know if there's anything else really that I have to talk about right now, besides the fact that nav meshing I will maybe do at a later date. So yeah. Oh, thanks for stopping in, Captain. It was really good to see you. Yeah, I'm sorry this wasn't a really super duper fun play session. I'll get back to that again. I've got Saturday off, so we'll probably play a little bit on Saturday before I put my nose to the grind and start building for real. And then it's like Friday at midnight, August 22nd, which is my birthday, by the way, August 22nd. I think it's midnight, August 22nd, or 12:01, August 23rd, Eastern time. Or maybe it's 1 a.m. Eastern time on the 23rd is when the contest starts. So we'll figure out what theme we all get. And then, yeah, then it'll be total and utter craziness, because I took that week off work. I have to work on the Sunday, but then I've got the rest of the week off. So it's going to be, I'll be all over the Discord and probably asking questions and forgetting how to do things and, you know, all the things. So, yeah, hopefully this was helpful. I'm sorry if it wasn't, but it was still fun to try and kind of record the process, and also to see how fast I could get it done. That really helped me to know how fast I could do that. Because, like, obviously the design process is what's going to take the longest, but seeing how quickly the mechanical or like the functional parts of it can happen hopefully makes it a little bit less daunting, because after this, like, once you figure all this out, it's really just the fun part of designing, and, well, the not so fun part of trying to find all of the objects that you want to find within the CK, because honestly, like, 90% of the time spent in the CK is finding the exact perfect object that you want to use. But that's what the Discord is for. You just hop in there and you can be like, guys, I know this exists, I just don't know what it's called. And usually one of us are like, oh, it's called this. And then there you go. You don't have to smack your head against the wall anymore. So Yeah, so I think that'll be it for tonight. I do have to go and feed those cats. Well, hopefully I can find the food, because otherwise I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'm sure I will catch y'all on the Discords. Maybe I'll stream a little bit of play a little bit later on after I eat some dinner. But until then, have a good day, everybody, and or a good night or a good morning or whatever time of day it is. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry that it was maybe confusing. We'll see how all this goes. I'll rewatch this and then I'll decide if I'm actually going to keep it up or not, if it's stupid crazy or not. But all right, guys, have a great evening. You're going to watch me all switch off the stream right now, but yeah, you guys have a great night. Okay, talk to you soon.